Hey team, Jesse Reynolds here. Got your WOD video for Monday morning. I think it's the 24th. This is actually exactly the 7-year anniversary of me placing my advisor order. So this is a special day for me. But with all that in mind, I want you to think about that. I got recruited into AdvoCare the last week of November. Last week of November back in 2007. So what I want to talk to you about right now is perspective. Uh, Everyone has different perspective, and perspective is influenced by a number of different things. One of the important things that influences perspective is just simply experience. And as a 7-year veteran, one of the benefits of having been in AdvoCare for 7 years is I have a lot of perspective that I didn't have when I first got started 7 years ago. And so a perspective that I hear a lot of younger, newer distributors have is that the last 6-7 weeks of the year are just kind of a slower time, distraction, holidays, etc. And that's one perspective. The facts don't change. It's just a perspective. But so if I look at the entire organization, this past pay period, again, which is supposed to be a slow pay period, Beth and I actually had our third biggest 2-week pay period check ever. So clearly, it's not a slow time of year for everyone. What I know to be true is our perspective is what's going to determine the actions that we take, and the actions that we take are what are going to determine the results. So what I want to do is I want to encourage you to shift your perspective and then act in accordance with that new perspective so that you yield the results that you are truly looking for. What I know to be true is this is the best time of year. I think it will be exactly 1 year ago in just a couple days. It was the day after Thanksgiving last year that Beth and I sat down with DJ and Marissa Janakis, and look at what they're doing. Less than 1 year later, earning over $2,000 a month, a part of the national leadership team, several rookie bonus earners, and that was someone that we sat down and recruited the day after Thanksgiving. So if you think about that, the perspective is what is going to affect everything. And so what I know is when people are talking about money's tight for the holidays, and I heard people say, "Oh, I couldn't buy the white chocolate peppermint shakes because I had to buy Christmas presents." That's one perspective. The other perspective is you could have stocked up on white chocolate peppermint meal replacement shakes, retailed those bad boys, turned a 40% profit, and bought a whole lot more Christmas presents. See, a lack mindset, a poverty mindset, a middle class mindset is going to always start with I can't. I can't because of this. I can't because of that. Do not be an excuse maker and a complainer. I want to strongly encourage you to shift your perspective. Anytime you come up against something, your first thought is, I can't do X. I want you to instead shift your perspective to, how could I do X? Right? That's what it's all about. It's about just simply viewing the same details, the same facts, with a different perspective, which will lead to a different conclusion, cause you to take different actions, which again will ultimately cause you to take different, yield different results for yourself. And so this is a specific perspective I want to share with you now. People need income, especially this time of year. I'll be honest, guys, I'm not stressing over buying Christmas presents. Beth and I make more money than we could ever hope to spend because 7 years ago, when I was broke, I had a different perspective of not, I can't afford to get to advisor. I had a perspective of, I have to get to advisor. And now 7 years later, we have more money in our checking account than I used to make in a year as a teacher. And so what happened was a different perspective has led us down a different path that has led us to a completely different destination than where we were. And so with that, my understanding is people are looking for income. When you hear I can't afford X, it's because you're bringing a weak message to the marketplace of buy products from me. What I want to encourage you to do is shift your perspective and shift your message to financial freedom. What about if you started incorporating this thought or this phrase into your conversations? How'd you like to have a cash Christmas? How'd you like to pay off those credit card bills before the bills came due? Because that's what me and my friends are doing. That's what my family and I are doing. I see so many of you on the team already posting about having a cash Christmas. I love that. Whoever said that Christmas is supposed to be on a credit card? But the majority, I want you to understand this, the majority of Americans have been sold a lie that charging your Christmas on a credit card is okay. Why have they been sold that? Because they don't have a better plan. We have a better plan. I want you to think about this. Even if you're in that that season of preparation right now where, maybe a lot of people are saying, hey, check back with me after Christmas, hey, check back with me after New Year's. That's fine. And you're going to, some people, that's just where they're at and they're thinking, and you just have to respect them and their time. And totally fine. But imagine this, if we understand that there is a harvest coming in just a few weeks, what if you this is the whole thing I want to encourage you to shift your focus to specifically, is this one perspective right here. What if you understood that we have a harvest coming in just five short weeks for those of us who stay consistent? And if you stay consistent, the reality is we are going to have more demand for AdvoCare products than we have the ability to fill orders in a 24-hour time period. So what if you shifted your perspective to, I am looking for 2 or 3 people to join my team who can help me meet this increased demand in January that are going to earn an extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month part-time. Think about how attractive that message is for people. What if you went to that single mom who's struggling right now and you told her, we have a way to earn an extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month part-time? That is a powerful perspective. So I want you to start having that conversation. Start telling people about how excited you are about what's coming next month. There is something huge coming in the middle of December. You guys are going to hear about it when time comes due for it. But just understand this, that there is something huge coming. We're going to have such a huge bump in growth in our business come January, and we will need more people to help meet the demand out there. It is New Year's resolutions time. It is weight loss season. It's low-hanging fruit in January. So bring that message to the marketplace. Have that mindset of, I'm going to add 2 or 3 people to my team to help me meet this increased demand in January. I'm going to help them earn an extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month. So with that, I hope you take that perspective into the marketplace. Let's go out there and get to work.